Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, back again with another video. Now today I'm going to talk about the GoPro Karma some more. If you haven't turned on the internet and you haven't seen the news, the GoPro Karma is GoPro's new drone. GoPro's first drone that's coming to market in October. So it's actually really interesting, and one of the most exciting things that I've found so far about the GoPro Karma. Again, I don't have my hands on it yet, but as soon as I can, I will have it here. I'll unbox it, I'll review it, take it out in the field, successful flight, unsuccessful flight, whatever the outcome may be, obviously in a safe and responsible location. But you'll get to see it here just like you have with the other drones that I've flown. Now today, as you know, the DJI Phantom 4 and the DJI Phantom 3 Professional, those are my two favorite drones because I can get consistently quality 4K 30 frames per second video. Now the GoPro Karma, and what I want to talk about within this video are the comments that are flying around surrounding the GoPro Karma. Now there's been other drones in the past that have tried to compete, have tried to dethrone DJI Phantom, and some of them may have gotten a little bit of attention. A lot of them, they just, they pop up, and the next thing you know, oh, what was that? Oh, yeah, I remember that drone. That kind of thing. But I think the GoPro Karma may be positioned to become, once it hits the market, DJI Phantom's first true competitor. And within this video, I want to address some of the concerns that a lot of you have identified. And obviously, at this point in time, it's purely speculation because very few people outside of the company itself have gotten their hands on the GoPro so far. So being able to develop an opinion based upon personal hands-on experiences, that doesn't exist for me yet, and it probably has not existed for you yet. But let's just talk about some of the concerns that have been flying around, such as the battery life. I think it's estimated around 20 minutes. Yeah, that's not as good as the Phantom 4. The range. Look at the specs that were posted online. A little bit over half a mile flight range for the GoPro Karma. Not an issue for me because obviously I fly line of sight to be safe and responsible. But does that mean if we get close to that, obviously staying within visual line of sight, if we get close to that maximum distance, does the signal quality start to degrade? It's one of the beautiful things about the Phantom 3 Pro and the Phantom 4. Both of them utilize a proprietary technology known as Light Bridge. So both the control experience and the FPV experience on the Phantom 3 Pro and the Phantom 4, from my experience, has been excellent. Very high quality and reliable form of communication. Is GoPro going to be able to match that? Well, one of the cool things about the GoPro Karma is that it has its own controller, so I don't have to bring my iPod Touch or my iPhone or my iPad out in the field. I've got the screen built into the controller that comes with the GoPro Karma. So that looks kind of cool. A lot of people are trying to say, oh, this is just, it's not going to compete with DJI Phantom, and those opinions are based pretty much upon the fact that the range is less, that the battery life's not as great. But let's put all of the potential negativity aside and let's focus upon what is great. One of my viewers that brought to my attention, they said, hey, the GoPro looks like it's easy to repair. Hey, that's a plus. Not only is that a plus from a confidence perspective, if I'm out in the field and I have a hard landing and break one of the arms, I may be able to fix it myself. That's a good thing. But it's also a plus from a quality control perspective and a R&D perspective, research and development. It seems as if, based upon these clues, that GoPro likely put a lot of time and thought into the development of GoPro Karma. At least what I'm seeing on paper, it doesn't look rushed to market. And if you've dealt with some other drones, you've probably found some drones that seem to have been extremely rushed about getting to market, and the quality was visibly obvious when you were out in the field with it. I've had experience with with a competitor's drone. I don't want to bash drones, but if you watch my videos, you probably know which one it was. But just a drone that I was not satisfied with. It looked great on paper, but it was a horrible experience for me. And the video quality did not even come close to the DJI Phantom 3 Pro or the Phantom 4. So hopefully, with GoPro Karma, hopefully we'll have 4K 30 frames per second video quality by way of, if you've got an existing Hero 4 Black, or if you get a new Hero 5 Session or Hero 5 Black, hopefully that video quality will be outstanding. And what I mean is that for me to, and I'm getting the Karma regardless, but for me to continue to enjoy and embrace using the Karma, the video quality at 4K 30 frames per second is going to have to meet or exceed A, the image quality at 4K 30 frames per second on the Phantom 3 Pro or the Phantom 4, and B, the stability of the video at 4K 30 on the Phantom 3 Pro or the Phantom 4. That's one thing that makes the Phantom 3 Pro and the Phantom 4 so great, is that when you capture that 4K 30 video quality, or video rather, it looks great. And you don't notice all the fisheye. And that's another point. Is the new GoPro cameras, the Hero 5 Session and the Hero 5 Black, are they going to be afflicted by the fisheye? A lot of people like the fisheye look, but when I'm using a camera on a drone, I don't like the fisheye look. I want it to look just very, I don't want that curvature to it. I want it to just be a really crisp 4K 30 frames per second video like I get with the DJI camera. Again, these are a lot of things to be tested. Now, obviously, the GoPro Karma comes with a backpack. That's neat. How durable is that backpack going to be? Well, until I've taken it out in the field a few times and knocked it around, I don't know. But the backpack is neat because it has the shoulder strap, and it's got a place if you choose to, when you're not flying, if you choose to attach your GoPro camera there, you can have it gimbal stabilized and be in motion. Be great for hiking. You're hiking out to film some drone videos. Well, how about on the way you're filming some gimbal stabilized video while walking? I mean, that's a cool feature. And it looks good. I think it's going to be a great drone, and I want to go with this like I do with every drone, from take it out of the box, let's see what's in there, let's take it out in the field, let's see how intuitive it is, obviously in a safe and responsible location, but just see what it does. So many people are in a rush to want to jump to assumptions that it's going to be, oh, it's going to be horrible, or oh, it's going to be great. One thing is next to impossible for most people to argue, and that's that GoPro is a huge company. GoPro has a huge fan base, people that have been using GoPro cameras since GoPro Hero 1. So there's a loyal following of GoPro users. So from that perspective, even if it's someone that may otherwise not be interested in a drone, they may look at the GoPro Karma as a GoPro mount for their drone, a flying GoPro mount, the first in class. You got to look at it from that perspective. Now the price, yeah, it's expensive. But think about this. The camera on the GoPro Karma is obviously a GoPro. And GoPros tend to be somewhat water resistant and somewhat ruggedized. So a lot of people say, man, if I crash a drone, I lose my GoPro and I lose my drone and everything. Well, obviously, anytime you're flying a drone, completely expect to lose everything, because that may happen. But with that being said, if a GoPro Karma crashes with a GoPro attached to it versus a DJI Phantom 3 Pro or DJI Phantom 4 with a DJI camera attached to it, the DJI camera is nice, but it's not exactly what I would call ruggedized at all or water resistant. So if it had a hard impact and it made contact with the DJI camera, I would completely expect for the DJI camera and or DJI gimbal to completely fail and be irreparable. Now the GoPro Karma, on the other hand, the camera may be able to take more abuse, or it may not. but that's to be tested. But the biggest luxury that I see with the Karma is being able to fold down those arms on that Karma when it's in transport. Put it in the GoPro backpack. You know what? In all sincerity, I'll probably look at that backpack, wear it once, and say, I don't want to do this. I want to, rig my own solution. Maybe I want something that's even more compact. Stay tuned for that on here and on 400orbelow.com. Because you know me, I love a waterproof and ruggedized case. So that's something I'm going to be looking for the Karma. But it's, there's just so many good things going for it. Just the luxury of having that handheld gimbal that also functions as the gimbal for the Karma while it's flying. So from a portability perspective, the handheld gimbal is inside of the Karma. When the Karma's flying, the handheld gimbal's in there. But if I land my Karma and I want to use my GoPro gimbal stabilized, take it out, now I've got the GoPro on the gimbal for those smooth action shots while I'm walking or doing whatever. So it's looking at it from an all-in-one, I need 4K action video from the land, sea, and air. Hey, this is potentially, again, on paper, haven't gotten my hands on it yet, but I will as soon as possible. Mark my words. It's interesting. It's all a matter of how one looks at it. And I'm not trying to pump it up. Because again, I'll reiterate today, DJI Phantom 3 Pro and DJI Phantom 4, my two personal favorite drones on the market today. They're reliable. Sure, they all come with their troubleshooting challenges. As I mentioned earlier, we're in the bag cell phone days of drones. If you're older and you remember a cell phone that was a bag, you had this big bag and you had a cord and a handset and poor cellular reception, that was a bag cell phone. So we're in the infancy of drone technology still. So expect and embrace those troubleshooting challenges. If you're not willing to deal with it, don't become involved with the hobby. But again, as the technology continues to evolve, the amount of troubleshooting challenges that we'll encounter should be greatly reduced. If you ever dealt with PCs in the past, the MS-DOS days, before we had Windows with plug-and-play where you just plug in a device and it detects pre-USB days. I bet a lot of y'all don't remember the days before USB. I do. And I remember troubleshooting IRQ and DMA issues with ISA boards. I put a board in the computer and I had to use jumpers to assign IRQs and DMAs, and if it wasn't exactly right, and I didn't have everything configured properly in the AutoExec BAT and or config sys, it would fail to function properly. Just like computers, drones will likely become more refined and more user-friendly. But it's being early adopters, an early drone adopter is a treat. Because as a hobbyist and getting to get your hands around all of these troubleshooting challenges, it's rewarding. Because you look at the computer industry today, most of today's, let's just say let's not overgeneralize, but let's just say that a large percentage of the IT workforce in today's world, they've grown up with Microsoft Windows. They've grown up in a GUI, in a graphical user interface. Point and click to do this, point and click to do that. Throw most IT people from today's world in front of a command prompt and watch them do, whoa! They would never be able to use a command prompt. So there's value in becoming involved with this hobby during its infancy. Don't expect things to be perfect. And I kind of went off on a rant, but I can do that because this is my channel and this is my style. But I'm excited. And again, I'm not going to predict anything. I'm just going to take it out of the box, post an unboxing video, take it out in the field and see what happens. It may be a horrible experience, and it may be better than the DJI Phantom, which today, again, is my favorite drone on the market. So stay tuned, subscribe, youtube.com/IrixGuy. Share your feedback. Check out 400orbelow.com, because as soon as I get my Karma, I'm going to have the Karma, the cameras, the GoPro Hero 5 cameras, and all the accessories listed there. Because ultimately, as I mentioned, one of my first objectives will be to step away from that, because I have a feeling I'm not going to like the backpack that the Karma comes in, and I'm going to engineer my own waterproof and ruggedized case for the Karma, if I like the Karma. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to sell it, because what's the point of having a drone that one doesn't enjoy? So, but I am optimistic and I'm excited. I'm literally counting the days. I think today is, what is today? September the 20th. So, the anticipation. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe. YouTube.com/IrixGuy. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. I wanted to take a moment to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm an independent channel, and it's viewers like you that help me to continue to grow. I appreciate your viewership, and y'all have a good day.